Another magnificent night in Philadelphia sports, accented by the Phillies win this evening at home against the Toronto Blue Jays, as we welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. The great Ricky Bottalico and Ben Davis joining us, and of course, John Kruk from across the street. And when you look at this 8-4 win and now a modest 2-game win streak against a team that has its own designs on postseason again, on perhaps a pennant again, and who knows what else, this was a strong win against a team that can hit.
You're getting a little ahead of yourself.
No, I don't think I am. Not after however many straight losses they have.
No. Hold on. I got a positive.
Okay. Give me a positive. All right.
A big problem that the Phillies were having was starting pitching, and especially in that losing streak, the starting pitchers, I believe, had over a 9 ERA. All of a sudden, you got Aaron Nola went tonight. He threw the ball a lot better than he has been. And then, on Sunday, you had Taijuan Walker. So the ball is now rolling. The ball, you just want everybody to kind of join in at that point. You have Wheeler tomorrow. If he joins in, you never know what's going to happen.
Never know what's going to happen against this Toronto team. And the alone American League team where the Phillies have a home and home is these 2 games here, and then they'll go to Toronto a little bit later in the season. Your thoughts on this one, Ben?
I thought this was a great win, and you said it was a kind of a statement win, but it was good for me from an offensive standpoint. I know Ricky talked about the pitching, but from the offensive standpoint, you had 6 different guys getting hits. You had 5 different guys getting RBIs. You only had 6 strikeouts as a team. This was a really good performance in the fact that a lot of times they were down in counts, but they were able to battle back, foul pitches off, either get a walk. I believe they had 7 walks tonight.
7 walks, yes.
And then obviously were put a ball in play and get a knock out of it. This was a very good, it was like they did not give up on any pitches. And that's what I like from an offensive standpoint. They used the whole field, and it's a good offensive production night.
And I have taken my fair share of shots at Nick Castellanos, but this guy's playing. He's playing some baseball. A triple away from the cycle in this one. 3 hits, the big home run. I think I really believed going into this season, if he were to get it going like he's doing right now, this team should be able to make a run.
Nick Castellanos has been magnificent this season. Let's go across the street, check in with John Kruk, who called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. John, I don't know if this is the general rule in baseball, but certainly it has been with the Phillies. If the opposition scores first, the Phillies lose. They were 2-14 going into tonight when that happens. So it would seem that, and it happened again tonight, that the opposition scored first, yet they won, and they're now 3-14 in that category. What's that say about a team, if anything?
Well, you would hope to think that they're starting to click offensively. I heard Rick talking about Nick and the year he's having so far this year. You want to know how good a year Nick Castellanos is having? 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, and they pitch to Bryce because Nick's behind him and Nick's hot. How many times would you have seen that? They would just say, Bryce, take your stuff off, go to first. We're going to pitch to anyone else but you. But this is how good Nick Castellanos is right now, that they pitched to Bryce in that situation with 2nd and 3rd, and because they know Nick is just tearing it up.
Then that 87-mile-an-hour changeup really throws you for a loop. It adds a lot to it.
Yeah, and you look at that 6 strong and the 5 hits and the 6 strikeouts.
Just a little different guy. This is a different guy than even last start. I thought he was pulling the string on his changeups. I think he's gotten back to where did I come from and how did I get here? Because we see him throwing a lot more curveballs again. I thought last year he started getting away from curveballs.
Yeah.
But I think he's really kind of gotten back to his roots. That's where he's trying to get to.
Mm-hmm. You heard Nick Castellanos tell John and Tom that this was personal for the team in relation to Rob Thomson, because Rob Thomson grew up in Sarnia, Ontario. Let's hear from the skipper himself about this win over Toronto.
Prado not available?
Not available, mate.
Is there any injury?
Well, he came in when he was playing catch today, his wrist was a little bit tight. So I just shut him down. We'll see how he is tomorrow.
And Schwarber?
X-ray's negative. Reevaluate tomorrow.
In that spot in the game, if it was a different circumstance, might you have left him in, or was that just like an easy take him out after that ball split?
Yeah, I didn't want to take any chances. I want to get it looked at.
What did you think of Nola tonight?
That was really good. I think his velocity was up a tick. The changeup was really, really good against those left-handed hitters. He was landing his breaking ball. He's locating his fastball. I thought he was really good.
Was Kimbrel's velocity up too?
Yeah, yeah. And it was his last outing. Now he's had 5 days off, so he had to pitch tonight no matter what. But I think his velocity was up last outing, and then it went up even more today. So it's a good sign.
Tried Nola for another inning if you didn't have such a long.
No, I think he kind of emptied the tank there in the sixth and getting out of that jam, and I thought that was probably enough.
How encouraging was it to see him get out of that sixth inning with a one-run lead, given that innings have tended to spiral this year?
Yeah, it was really good. He knuckled down and stayed focused and got a weak ground ball and I think a punch out right before that.
Like the way Castellanos is swinging right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's really swinging the bat well, but I thought we had great at-bats tonight, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. Overall, I thought we played an outstanding game in all facets. Our base running was excellent. Great job by Marsh scoring on Turner's ball in right center. Great job by Dusty on the read to send him. Bulmer did a nice job on contact play at third base. I thought all in all it was a really good game.
You happy to see 7 walks for the lineup tonight?
Yeah, it's something we need to do. If you're going to score runs, you got to walk. You got to, and we grinded at bats. Manoah, we got Manoah's pitch count up there pretty good and got him out. Got into the bullpen, and that's what you got to do if you want to play championship baseball.